Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Baker here, coming to you from the ether because of the weird thing that happened earlier. Okay. Well, we have Craig and other Craig at the desk today, and you know what that means. It's time for our August Pop Battle. Today's contestants are Gohan, representing Dragon Ball Z, and Whis, representing Dragon Ball Super. Who will win in this epic clash for the ages? The son of an alien monkey warrior, or the god of destruction's assistant? Let's find out. Pop battles put two characters, or in this case, two series, up against each other. We've chosen 5 categories, and the pop who wins the most will win the ultimate prize of Pop Battle Champion. Today's categories are: which has the better Funko Pop, which has the better villains, the tone and pacing of the series, the better supporting characters, and cultural relevance. For those who aren't familiar with Dragon Ball, it's one of the longest running shonen manga and anime there is, first published in 1984 in manga format. The anime followed in 1986, and Dragon Ball Z started in 1989 with Super in 2015. Oh, there was also GT in the middle, but let's not go there. There are 639 episodes in total so far, so this isn't some new craze. Dragon Ball has brought up 2 generations of anime fans. So first up, the Funko Pops. We have 2 Craigs here today, so 1 each. Who wants to go first? Never mind, you can open the boxes up together. But wait. When I say so. The boxes are Dragon Ball styled, they're both the same. Of course they're from different sets, Gohan being number 107, while Whis is 317. I do want to point out something about the Whis box. It's not in a very good condition, is it? This is how it shipped. Takealot seems to have had an issue with keeping Funko Pop boxes in one piece. Anyway, it's not like that matters right now. Ready? You can open them up in 3, 2, 1, go! I'll give you a moment. Okay. Age before beauty, as they say. It is Craig's birthday today, and he is very old. So he gets to go first. He seems to have gotten hold of Gohan, so let's start with that one. Get your camera ready. First thing you'll notice when you look at this pop up close is that it's little. Gohan is of course a child, which means he's not the same size as adult Pops. His lack of stature doesn't mean he has any less detail though. He's wearing a yellow overcoat with red edging and some green sleeves. The symbol on the front means Sun, which is his family name of course. His dad is Son Goku. He's wearing a red hat with 4-star Dragon Ball on top. Either he has a really good balance or it's stuck on there somehow. Speaking of balance, he has small feet, but they seem to be keeping him standing okay. He is sporting some angry eyebrows, and he has a bit of Saiyan hair sticking out around the hat. Around the back is his ponytail, and his Saiyan tail stretching out from under his overcoat. Gohan hasn't lost his tail yet in this one. Does anyone else think it's weird how Saiyans react to Earth's moon? Very nice pop. Onward! Next up we have Whis. Kinda weird to have him out here without Beerus, but let's go ahead. Don't worry, I'll explain exactly who Whis is and who Beerus is later. He's looking very smart in his purple outfit, and he has a blue ring around his neck and a staff in his right hand. The staff is slightly too long, makes him unbalanced. He also has a really tall and crazy hairdo, which doesn't help him balance at all. They do have some great detail in this pop. His eyes suit the character perfectly, and even he has purple nail polish on his fingers. Around the back, his other arm in a pose synonymous with a butler of sorts. I think they did a really good job capturing the character with this one. It's a close fight, but the results are in, and the judges have decided that Gohan wins the first round, so that's 1 point for Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Super's gonna have to do a lot to catch up now. The next category on our contest is, of course, which of the series has the better villain? Dragon Ball Z starts with Vegeta arriving, and we know he's one of the main protagonists of the current series. And Dragon Ball Z has the longest anime fight of all time, with Frieza. That's kinda hard to beat. Frieza sets the universal stage for all future Dragon Ball series, and there's also the androids including Cell, who form the basis of the story for future Trunks. Dragon Ball Super starts with Beerus, who isn't really a villain, he's just doing what he likes to do, destroying. There's no real villain for a long time in Dragon Ball Super. Most of the first part is a tournament, which feels similar to the original Dragon Ball series. It's just on a much grander scale, until we get to Goku Black and Zamasu, who are quite interesting in that they tend to break time a lot. I don't really think it's tough competition though, and Dragon Ball Z wins for having the better villains. They have better motivations and they're less cliched, and the stakes feel much more real. It takes a combined effort from all of the good guys to get over these certain bad guys, whereas Dragon Ball Super is basically whomever can fit into a time machine at the time. That means Dragon Ball Z is the winner of the second round. That means they are ahead by 2 points. Yeah, Dragon Ball Super has a lot of catching up to do. In the next contest we have the tone and pacing of the series. As I mentioned, Dragon Ball Z has the longest anime fight ever, which means it's pretty much going to lose this one by default. Things are so drawn out in Dragon Ball Z, you can kinda watch every 10th episode and still know what's going on. It also has a more serious tone about it. As mentioned earlier, the stakes do feel more real. Super is a bit more self-aware. Anime has an issue with escalation. How much stronger can a character get when you're dealing with literal gods spanning multiple universes? They realize this, and everything is a bit more light-hearted and whimsical. They don't take themselves too seriously, which I like about it. The pacing in Super is far better than in Z. There aren't many fillers, and they get through the main arcs in good time. And the judges have made it official, Dragon Ball Super has won that round. That's a tough one for Z, with Super clawing one back. It's now 2-1, Dragon Ball Z still holding on to the slim lead. On to our fourth category, supporting characters. And this one might be quite controversial. Dragon Ball Z gives a lot of screen time to a lot of characters. The Dragon Ball Z Abridged series on YouTube may have influenced us a bit there, by giving the supporting characters a lot more caricatured and entertaining stories than in the original, but we have to keep things canonical here. There are some well-loved supporting characters in there. The main protagonists have kids and wives, and a lot of mystical beings are introduced in Z. Even the villains have their own bunch of unique supporters. In Super, all of the people are still there, so we can't discount them. They do play a much smaller role though, but we have a whole bunch of new and really good characters too, like Whis over here and Beerus. And some really good interpersonal relationships like Bulma and Ma with Trunks, and so this one's going to be really difficult. The judges are going to have a hard time deciding, but I think they are coming to a conclusion. Yes, I'm hearing they have gone with Dragon Ball Super. That's a surprise attack from Super, and it seems to have Z on the ropes. I think the more whimsical nature of the characters in the new series has our judges going in that direction. Also, having Whis here on the table probably helped. That means it's all tied up. It all comes down to the final category. Which series will emerge victorious? We can all agree that they've both put up a good fight and they can both hold their heads up high. But there can only be one winner. And the final category is cultural relevance. Other Craig, you look a little worried over there. I think this one isn't going to be as close as the others. Dragon Ball Super only exists because of the success of Dragon Ball Z. Everyone has heard of Dragon Ball Z, even if they haven't watched any of it. If you show someone a picture of Goku, they'll tell you it's from Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z is the definitive edition of Dragon Ball. It's a big part of why Western countries now consume so much anime. Yeah, it has global influence. It's right up there with the Pokemon anime. Like, a lot of people don't even realize that it's anime anymore. And it easily wins the cultural relevance battle. So there you have it. Dragon Ball Z wins by a very narrow margin of 1 point. Kid Gohan, you can stand proud. If you don't agree with our judges, you can let us know in the comments and I'll be sure to pass on the message. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe for more. We do a pop battle every single month and there's new videos out every single Monday. Sometimes on other days too. Next time, something a little self-indulgent. It's another blue alien. She's 100 and something years old and rides around in a human-built spaceship. Oh, did I just give away my content for the next video? Goodbye.